Welcome back to the Force 9's YouTube channel, welcome back to Football Manager 2018 and the Liverpool save, and in today's video, as promised, it's the first game in our Champions League group stage. Last episode, last video we did was the draw for the group stages. I called it 18 and a half. And today, episode 19, yeah, we do have the very first game of our group. It's away against Roma. The other teams in our group are Bayer Leverkusen of Germany and Slavia Prague of the Czech Republic. I feel like we should be favourites to win it. We should go through, but we'll see what happens. Roma, though, probably the toughest team in our group, but Leverkusen probably on a par with them as well. If you're enjoying the videos, make sure you drop a like down below, leave comments, and if you want to see videos as and when this is up on YouTube, do hit that subscribe button. For now, I'm going to be doing one game per episode, but if there's some important games coming up, then I might do like doubles. But for now, just so the video lengths aren't too long, I like to keep it sort of between 15 to 20 minutes. We will be doing one live com per episode. But before we get into Roma, we have the business of Premier League games off screen to go through, so let's do that. Now, of course, the last proper episode that we did was the league opener away against Burnley, which we won 2-1. A bit of another game though. We did take the lead through Bilotti. Goodmanson equalised for Burnley. Very poor defending at the back. And Johnny also sent off, but that wasn't after. We did get a winner through Naby Keita on his Premier League debut, which is good. But yeah, Johnny ended up getting sent off at the end. We also had an injury to Mane, so he is back, and I think he will play today. But that's what happened last time round. So the game's off screen. We started off against West Ham at Anfield, and we won 3-0. Mohamed Salah got a nice early goal, 9th minute for that. And then we made it 2-0 through Bilotti on 18 minutes. He started the season much as he ended the last. 30 goals last season. He's got a couple already. And we did have to take off Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in the second half. And then towards the end, Ben Woodburn came on towards the end of the game, replacing Firmino. And he actually got the third goal, which was, very nice to see. Young Ben Woodburn had a handful of games last season. I don't think there was many in the Premier League, though. 18 years old. Of course, playing for Wales. He's got, no goals for Wales here, but in real life he has got a goal for Wales. But yeah, he came off the bench and he got the third goal. So that's good. And, we need to consider him for future selection, definitely. But yeah, a 3-0 win against West Ham, who had a decent amount of shots, but not a lot of them on target. Ayew was poor for them. Defending wasn't great. So yeah, very much clear winners here, Liverpool. Then we went to Old Trafford and we took on Manchester United and we drew 1-1. It took a while to get going in this game. United, the first half, were very much on top. We struggled to get shots away, but we did actually take the lead in the game. Roberto Firmino opening the scoring in the 56th minute. I think that might have been our first shot on target, but I'm not quite sure. Man United did manage to save a point, and it was Gelson Martins coming off the bench for Mkhitaryan. In the 94th minute, he got the equaliser. There was a lot of injury time, maybe more than there should have been, so I was a bit disappointed with that. That it took so long for them to equalise, and it was right at the death as well. I think it was 5 minutes of injury time, and they scored in the 94th. So that was a bit disappointing. But yeah, apart from that goal, we weren't amazing. Bilotti had a bit of a quiet game. Salah also didn't do great. Origi came on, made his first appearance of the series, because of course he was on loan last season at, I want to say Wolfsburg, but I'm not quite sure. And for the second game in a row, Oxlade-Chamberlain didn't complete the game. He went off on 36 minutes with a knock. So yeah, he's struggling to complete games at the moment, but hopefully he's going to be okay. And the third game we played off screen was a home game against Spurs, against Tottenham, who have had a bit of a slow start to the season, and we took the lead nice and early again. Naby Keita on the score sheet again, 2 goals already for Keita, and this one coming very early on in the 3rd minute. We did have a chance to make it 2-0. We did win a penalty. I think it was Keita who won it, but I'm not certain. But Bilotti's penalty was saved by Hugo Lloris. I think he went right to save it, and he did so. So, yeah, that didn't work out. Bilotti ending with a 5.9 and getting sub before the hour. So, a very disappointing game for the Italian. Origi came on and wasn't much better, to be honest. We did make it 2-0 in the second half, though. Mohamed Salah on 55 minutes, doubling the lead at last. But then Spurs did get a goal back through Mario Mandzukic, who went off immediately after this goal actually with a knock, and he was replaced by Mr. Dembele. But 2-1. And then we did get a third, Firmino on 82 minutes, scoring the third goal. A 3-1 win's good, but there were some disappointing performances out there, at least for Belotti. So, well, apart from that, actually, looking at the ratings, we weren't actually that bad. Just Belotti just failed to convert a lot of his chances. He created one chance, he had one key pass and one assist, I think that means. But yeah, there was a lot of times that Belotti's shots just weren't great, and then missing the penalty as well. So, not a great game for him there. Let's get on with Roma then. It's the game we're all here for. First Champions League game. Of course, this is the main focus this season, Champions League. The one thing we didn't win last season. Okay, so for the Roma game, so we are going to give Jack Butland his debut. He, I think, is going to be playing in the European games and probably the Cup games as well. And then we'll try and give him some league time as well. But yeah, it's a good time to give Butland his debut. He's fully fit now from his, he had his dislocated shoulder. He's fully fit. So, in defence, a couple of changes, I think. Moreno comes in for Digne. Klein's at right back. Johnny is injured at the moment. I think he's only out for a little while, though. 5 to 10 days with a abdominal injury. In midfield, I've gone with Wijnaldum and Milner. Henderson and Keita are going to be on the bench today, just to try and give them a bit of a rest. They'll be taking on Watford in the league game in the weekends. In attacking midfield, continue playing in the middle. Again, Firmino, a player that could probably do with a bit of a break. Going to start Divock Origi on the right-hand side. Bit of a change there. Sadio Mane returns on the right-hand side. Andrea Belotti up top as the complete forward. Hopefully he can contribute after his pretty poor game against Spurs. So we did look at the Roma team last time round, but there you can see the starting 11. Gonalon and Manolas in defence. Gonalon I thought was more of a defensive midfielder, but there you go. De Rossi, Strootman and Nainggolan in midfield. El Shaarawy, Perotti, and Skick up top. It's a good team. We've got options on the bench as well. Stambouli and Fazio, former Spurs players. Dzeko. Roma are going to be tough to beat, definitely. I've told them to go out there and impress me. Let's have a bit of faith. Okay, that individual bit's worked. Tactic-wise, so we've got standing and fluid. We're hitting the early crosses, clearing the ball to the flanks, being more expressive, and dribbling less. Okay, we're underway. Now, as I said, this is probably the toughest game of our group on paper. So hopefully we can at least avoid defeat, but we'll see what happens here. As we do have a highlight a minute in here. Here is Skick, the striker. And, he has a shot. It was off target, but, well, wasn't far off. Coutinho to Milner. It's been given away. Strootman now to Nainggolan. Here is Skick. He's got the defence to pass. He's on his own at the moment, but he has a pop anyway. Why the hell not? No massive chances so far. A couple of shots for either team, but no massive chances. I'm just going to change something a bit. Going to go for the crosses and pump the ball into the box. That seems to be the way to go at the moment. We're getting the possession, so we don't really need to tell them to retain it. But there's not been a lot of efforts from inside the box at the moment. They've all been, pretty long-range efforts. Roma with another chance here potentially, and it is headed over by Kevin Strootman. Decent chance there for Roma. Probably the best of the game so far. We've got more of the ball at the moment, but I haven't seen any chances from us. All the efforts I've seen have been towards our goal, so that needs to change. And Florenzi got the space here, and it is in by Strootman. 1-0, 28 minutes played. Florenzi with the assist, and we've gone behind. Not a great start to the Champions League campaign, something that we're looking to win this year. Florenzi was way over on the touchline, and nobody picked him out. And he managed to get across in there, and Strootman with a finish, so... yeah, not great. We're behind already. There's 10 minutes left in the half. Again, we're not creating a great deal here. Right, we're going to make Belotti attacking. So with no Firmino, we've not really got a player for that central attacking spot. Lallana's not registered for the Champions League. We had to make some sacrifices to get in our new signings. So that's why there's no Lallana in the squad, and there's no Robertson either. It's a sacrifice that we had to make to get the... homegrown players in and to abide to the rules. It's annoying. What's more annoying is it's half time and we're losing 1-0. So not a great half actually. 4 shots, 1 on target, but I don't think we saw any of them. Show me something else in the second half, I'm going to say. As far as our tactic, I don't think we're doing anything wrong. Let's try and go a bit more direct. Let's close down a little bit more. Again, let's try the early crosses. Let's turn that off. So the wing backs are on support. Moreno on a 6.3 is a bit of a concern. We brought him in because we registered him instead of Robertson. Maybe we should have gone the other way around. Let's start the second half and let's see if we can get back into this game. Wouldn't be ideal to start off this Champions League with a defeat. As I said, this is probably the hardest game in our group, but Leverkusen might have something to say about that. It would be nice to try and avoid defeating it, because then, it makes us look a bit better for the rest of the group, but we don't look like scoring at the moment. But here's Divock Origi and Coutinho. And Nathaniel Klein now, back out on the wing. Klein's cross is good, and it's just off target by Belotti. Decent header, though. That's probably our best chance so far. Coming up to the hour mark, and we haven't yet to score a goal still. Moreno's on a 6.2. Lots of 6.5s in that out there, which I'm not too pleased about. We're going to try attacking. I'm going to leave it on fluids. Let's just push the defensive line a little bit higher. And then, we might have to make some subs, because I'm not seeing a lot here. Right, we'll see this highlight, and then we'll decide if we want to make changes. And there's been a foul there. Nathaniel Klein, he's already on a yellow card. There's going to be another red card here. We only had one all of last season. We've had 2 in the first 5 games. Nathaniel Klein has been sent off. That's not good. And, well, the only right back we have on the bench is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Right, we're going to take off Coutinho to make this change. And I'm also going to bring on Ox for Mane. Mane's not done great so far. He's just come back from his injury. We need to be careful with him. But we need to do better than this, guys. Right, I'm going to say show some passion. Not had a great deal of chances. In fact, neither of Roma. They've only had a couple of shots more than us. And we're into the last sort of 15 minutes of the game now, plus normal injury time. This hasn't been a very good game. Yeah, the time is running down here. Right, we're making our last change. Firmino is on. And who did I take off? I took off Wijnaldum. Origi's now playing alongside Belotti. So we're going to try this. Here we go, free kick. It's immediately given to Roma, which isn't good. But hopefully we can win it back. We have won it back. Here is Matija Nastasic to Moreno. And Belotti, that's a good control now, Belotti. Divock Origi's through. And Origi, a shot on target, but it was pretty weak actually. Alright, last 10 minutes. We're on attacking. Let's just go a bit more structured. Let's play route 1. The last few minutes of the game now. And yeah, we've not really been in this game very much, have we? It's a bit of a shame. I think the whistle's about to blow. There it is. It's a defeat. It's not the best start to the group. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been a really heavy defeat. But goal difference isn't really a factor in Champions League. It comes down to head-to-head first. And, losing to Roma, that's not going to help our head-to-head, is it? That might be the difference between second and third. But it wasn't too good from us. And having the sending off didn't really help either. Klein will now be suspended for the next match. If Butler made his debut, he did nothing wrong. It was one goal. People can see one goal all the time. Butler didn't really do anything wrong. Wasn't really helped by his defence. Klein getting a red card. Moreno, poor. Mane wasn't good either. Origi and Belotti didn't play well. It was a pretty disappointing performance in all, really. But then again, we did make a lot of changes to keep players fresh. So, yeah, that's partly my fault as well. Maybe we should have brought on Salah as well. He was one of our best players last season. In the other game in our group, Leverkusen 2-0 winners in Prague. I'm not sure what that will do to the group because they'll be top. But it's hard to tell what's going to happen so far. But that game against Leverkusen, I feel like that needs to be won now. And that will be, I think that will be next episode. But we'll wait and see what else we have coming up. But we're on mid-September now, so we'll be around the Ipswich-Norwich area. If we can get to the Leverkusen game, we'll definitely do that. But we'll wait and see what happens. Of course, we'll have the EFL Cup in there as well, as long as we get past Cardiff, which I'm hoping we do. But yeah, ideally I try and get to the Leverkusen game, but it might not be possible. But anyway, that is going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like down below. Leave comments. If you want to see videos as and when they turn up on YouTube, do hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you next episode where we'll try and get to Leverkusen, but we'll play whatever we get to. Hopefully we can continue our form in the league. We haven't lost yet in the league. Where are we in the table actually? Never even looked at that. Oh, we're top of the table. There you go. We're top of the table with 10 points. Probably got a better goal difference than Man City, so that's good. We're top of the table, picking up where we left off last season. But yeah, see you next episode against Slavia Prague. Hopefully we can win that and try and get a foothold back in our group. If we don't win that, then we may be in trouble in our group. So hopefully we can do that. But I will see you next episode. Thank you for watching. hopefully I will see you then. Goodbye.